Today's podcast is sponsored by Harry's. Please visit harrys.com and use the promo code BALDMOVE to save $5 off your first purchase. You're Rick, a pretty remarkable guy.
Oh, how's that, Reg?
I watched the tapes. The things those people said about you, the things you did to protect them.
Oh, tell me, did you build that wall?
Yes, I did, with a lot of help, and it's an incredible achievement, but it's just a wall.
If you can call it that.
Yeah,
You know, I was promised 12-foot high, solid steel slab, cold-rolled, impenetrable walls of adamantium, and I pull up, see you got a chain-link fence covered in burlap for a front gate?
Well, Rick, you know
And
that...
you got the supports on the outside? Now, how does that make any sense at all?
Actually, if one considers the tensile strength of steel, and given that we sunk the supports into properly installed concrete footers...
Oh, would you just shut up with the nerd talk? I'm talking common sense, jackass. Tell me, how many walkers you ever have on the outside at any one time?
I don't know, several dozen at one point.
Oh, several dozen. Well, hell, we plowed through a herd 5,000 strong just to get up here. And tell me, for my own edification, what's the worst thing you ever have pull up to that weak-ass gate? A Honda Odyssey packed with dirty diapers and Tickle Me Elmos? Was it a tank? Because a goddamn Abrams pulled outside my gates. You want to talk cold, rolled steel? That's what you're going to have when that sumbitch runs against this limp dick retirement community you're trying to pass off as Fort Knox, Professor.
I don't know.
You know what? Forget it. I'm going to introduce you people into something I like to call the Rictatorship. Carl, Michonne, we're taking this place over.
Welcome to The Watching Dead, the officially unofficial podcast for The Walking Dead on AMC. I'm Jim.
And I'm Aaron.
And we are talking about Season 5, Episode 13, titled Forget.
Indeed.
What do you think of this episode?
Another good one.
After a second viewing.
Another good one. I
Okay.
feel like they've hit a home run here with Alexandria as a setting.
All right. I liked it. Second viewing, there were some things that annoyed me.
Huh. Well, I think there's always going to be things that annoy me, which, of course,
Okay,
being
you
this
just come to terms
podcast,
with it.
we'll talk about it. But no, I was enjoying it the second time through.
Okay, I did too. And there are a lot of good scenes in here, and overall, thematically, I kind of like what they're doing. But some of the themes they're rehashing again and again are starting to wear thin on me. And
Sure, no,
we'll talk
Jesse's
about that stuff.
Jesse's whole party scene
Yeah.
was stupid, and I could go my whole life without hearing about how the world is and how people are changed and
what kind of person you need to be to survive in it. Like Abraham's
Yeah.
speech to Michonne kind of is just.
I mean that
It's funny, but
yes, at least it was
again,
entertaining. But yeah,
we know you can't be the farmer. We know you can't be Shane. You got to
Yeah.
be a synthesis. I get it. They've been saying this for seasons now.
Right.
I don't like to be hit over the head again with it every single episode.
well,
It
wear
seems
a
like that's what
helmet.
they're
I don't
doing.
think it's going away.
Apparently not. Yeah. So who made this episode?
This episode is directed by David Boyd, who was kicking around as a cinematographer for a lot of stuff before he became a director for television, and he's been doing it just a ton of stuff. He's directed 5 episodes of Walking Dead over the past 4 seasons. He's also all up in the new 12 Monkeys for Sci-Fi. He did Constantine for NBC. He's doing Sleepy Hollow, The Night Shift, filmed in the ABQ. A couple episodes of Revolution, Friday Night Lights. He did 6 episodes. So quite an accomplished small screen director. And Corey Reed, who has 2 writing credits for The Walking Dead, a few for Da Vinci's Demons, and a few for Medium.
Okay.
So a little bit shakier there, but honestly, I thought did a great job.
Yeah, did a pretty good job. They're like I think
it's a pretty good job.
the scene with Jesse, like a lot of the dialogue just felt a little too cute, maybe for its own good. Like that stuff with Michonne where she's like,
No, it was Apocalypse Paint by numbers.
you know, Rick's saying, "Do we need to be the people for now or then?" And she's like, "Then is now." And like I thought that was a little too cute.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, overall, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. I liked it. Okay, let's get into the recap, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
We start off with Sasha laying awake looking at pictures of people in the house. I can't tell if these are people who either were in the town or currently are in the town, or if they're stock photos.
So I don't think it really matters, except for obviously if this were people in the town and she got caught shooting them, that would be
yeah.
that'd be some crazy times. But
Sure.
either way, I mean, I wasn't sure. I mean, she's clearly suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yeah, she takes him out to the woods, she shoots him, and she's looking around really weird.
And she's hearing zombies. She's saying, "Come get me," which I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, there's something not right about her. She is slowly losing her mind being in this new town.
They're doing a good job of setting her up as, just overwhelmed at the every interaction she has with these people, talking about their fucking cell phones and their boar's leg shanks, and they're getting up early for
favorite
coffee.
meals and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, to a person like Sasha, someone saying that they're freaking out, they might freak out because a cell phone would ring, is just so inane. And I like the fact that they used her shooting the stock images of these people or Alexander people, whatever it may be, offset with the genuine moments she had with people. Like, I know, and that happens a lot more in the freak out she has at the party. But
do you find anything interesting with her and Daryl's arcs kind of crossing paths here? With Daryl maybe coming back to civilization a little bit and Sasha being unable to?
Yeah, Daryl. I'm kind of wide open with what I think they were doing with Daryl.
Me too. Yeah,
I was on the big. They'll probably kill Daryl in the next season or so. Bandwagon. I might be the only one driving that bandwagon. It might be just a single seater. But I don't know. I feel like that I'm backing away from that a little bit. And honestly, I don't know who the core group, if they're going to kill someone. They killed a lot of someone's last year and the first part of this year. I mean, maybe Noah, but I feel like everyone kind of has a story that they're trying to tell, and I don't know who makes the most sense to make go away. Like, Daryl's in the middle of something
Noah.
now.
Noah has no story, right?
But Noah's not really a main character
You're
either.
right.
It's like the same thing as like Father Gabriel, who was AWOL this episode.
Yeah.
They can kill him or Eugene or any of those guys because Rosita they're not doing anything with. But everybody else has kind of an arc.
Yeah.
Maybe Abraham. But no, it was a decent cold open for me.
Okay, cool. So Rick, Daryl, and Carol are hatching a plan out in the woods. They want to get some guns.
Sure.
And they talk about it for a little while. They decide, hey, we're going to try and sneak in there. And then they find a walker with a W carved into its head. And they're confused. They're puzzled by that. Are you confused? Are you as confused as they are?
I'm just wondering where, they've been teasing this W wolf stuff for a while. I'm kind of wondering where it's going to go now and how, because we got 3 episodes left. It seems like there's a lot. It's rare for me to say, but there's a lot of stuff that The Walking Dead could do here in the last 3 episodes, and I think they're going to have to. I'm getting a lot of feedback in the spoiler section where people think just a season and a half worth of stuff is going to happen in the next 3 episodes, which I think would be awesome. But I think it's more likely that they'll take 1 or 2 of these big kind of hooks and try to resolve them, and they're going to have to let some of them go.
I don't see them pushing very far into what I think is coming up by the end of this season.
Like, I'm thinking that if we do see the wolves, it'll be like in the last episode, and it'll be a big watershed moment for the group, because this group is kind of patronizing to Rick. You can tell that they're not really taking him serious when he said people are the biggest threat now. And I feel like that they'll have to have a moment where that turns out to be prophetic to move this whole dynamic forward, or else it's just going to be I mentioned the instant cast that this is giving me a real Twilight Zone, like a reverse Twilight Zone where people are in a nightmare and they woke up in like a dreamland. It's also very Fantasy Island,
Okay.
This with like the temptation of Rick, and there's a married woman, and I want her. I'm gonna take her.
Yeah, that's getting creepy
That
too.
it is, and Carol like threatening the child. There's like a lot of that darker kind of the darker aspects of Fantasy Island going on here as well.
Oh yeah, we're seeing a darker side to this group. I mean,
But that's only
and it ties into the horse thing too. I mean, the horse isn't just Daryl.
right.
The horse is kind of everyone, and they're struggling to not
Sure.
lose themselves to this world. But at the same time, the world has infected them in a way that
Right.
they're turning into the bad people that were outside.
And I think that when you come into a new situation, the writer's like, oh, look at all the thematic things we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of illusion. You have to eventually get back to a story that you're trying to tell. You can't sit here and wallow in metaphor and, that kind of stuff. And I'm hoping that we have maybe another episode of this, and then they kind of deal with things and move on to some more plot things actually happening. Because not a whole hell of a lot happened from a moving the story forward standpoint this episode.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, they're settling in still, and I feel like one of those main plot things that's going to happen is something between Rick, Jesse, and her husband. So the things are going to blow up there in spectacular fashion, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that'll be next episode because they need something else besides just we're still settling in.
Yeah, but I thought the winning over of Daryl, because he's very skeptical of Rick's turn as a cop, but Rick saying these are the luckiest people we've ever met, and they just keep getting luckier. Daryl seemed pleased by his thing. Well, now we're here.
Yeah,
because it sets them. I don't know. It simultaneously sets them as the group's protectors, but also they're better than them.
Yeah, and there's another thing Rick says. That let the others kind of integrate into this group. We'll be the ones who
we're going to stay hard.
Are still the protectors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm kind of surprised that Michonne is not in that group actually.
Well, I think Rick sees her as way too far on the other side of the Kool-Aid barrel.
You think so? Her speech in Richmond was just too much.
And she continues doing it. Like, don't act like this is some kind of, like, we're waiting for the future to come. The future is now.
Yeah. No, you're right.
A little eye rolling on the speech, but I think that she's consistently, and now she, Rick is arming himself covertly. She is making a big show of disarming herself.
Mm-hmm. After Abraham's drunken speech. Sure. All right.
Still got that plastic sword though.
She does. Yeah, that's backup.
You could do some damage with that.
Tucked into her waistband like Rick's revolver. Anyway, speaking of Michonne, she's examining her new outfit when Rick comes in, and they talk about Deanna and what her plan might be for them. What do you think of Michonne's new outfit? Her constable gear.
I felt like. First of all, again, I conspicuously avoided rereading the storyline in the comics.
Okay.
Which is incidentally about the halfway point. Like we have reached about 50% through of the comic book material at this point. Which I think a lot of people are freaking out because in my mind, I thought we were kind of, 3/4 of the way through. But when you actually look at the numbers of the issues and all that stuff, we're only about halfway through. And I kind of feel like maybe they were playing some homage to this part in the comics too, because a lot of her, Rick and the deputy thing or the constable thing is kind of right on the comics, and I think that the whole braid like she's laced up the back and cut out so it fits her better instead of being designed for like a mate. I think that might be an homage to what she did in the comics.
Okay,
and it makes sense.
I don't know anything about that.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
you want to look.
She
good.
just looks so weird in that, man. Like we've seen her in this like leather vests and big boots, and it's just been weird to see her.
This is a little bit of echo of Slabtown. Like
how so?
Well, or like it's kind of like another Fantasy Island inversion where Slabtown were former cops that were dressed as cops, but they're really thugs.
Okay.
And now we've got one former cop and one former, I guess, housewife / whatever she was, dressed as police officers, but they're actually embodying the whole serve and protect ethos.
Yeah,
or at least, or maybe go further with that, where Michonne, who was not the former police officer, is fully embracing that. Rick, who was a former police officer, is kind of shaning it up in this episode.
Yeah, a little bit.
That scene at the end is intense.
Okay. Let's move on. Daryl spots Aaron in the woods, and he joins him on his hunt or whatever he's doing. I'm not certain what Daryl is doing out there. Hunting for
Aaron
food,
is.
probably possums.
Aaron,
I know, but he doesn't say it, and I don't know what he means.
A lot of people made definitive statements about others' motivations and what's actually going on, and didn't decide to share that with us as the viewer.
Yeah.
I guess I'm left to imagine that what Aaron thinks or knows he's doing is he's just out here dicking around because he doesn't want to stay within the walls. Like he has no.
I thought he was hunting possums.
Sure, the most dangerous game. But I mean, he's just kind of dicking around because he doesn't want to be behind them cold roll bars.
I guess so. All right, we'll go back to Deanna. She has big dreams for the future of Alexandria, which she's telling to Rick and Michonne and Maggie.
By the way to tell a walker from a human being is walkers are absolutely silent until the camera gets on them, and then they're noisy as hell, whereas humans actually make noises and snap twigs and disturb things. So that's how you tell the difference.
Good on them for the very next episode pointing out the flaws in that wall, right?
Sure.
Like we give them shit, but I'm that's fine. They did the right thing here, Obviously they didn't go back and reshoot this between weeks.
Right.
So it's something that they had planned, and they were probably in the writer's room going, "Oh, wait until they get a load of this.
Yeah, maybe
they're gonna freak out about this wall, and we're gonna flip it on them."
Right.
Not us specifically, obviously, but the community at large.
Fine with me, honestly. If they have that kind of level of self-awareness, I think that speaks well for the direction of the show.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Like if they can anticipate stupid shit and avoid or somehow lampshade to make it even more clever, then I'm all for that.
Yep, me too. And we get to see some solar panels here, which was nice to see how they're getting their power for all those cell phones that they're carrying around. Rick takes his guys outside, details some of the modifications they need, and Sasha comes up, says, "Hey, I want to be the clock tower lookout." Deanna wisely says, "No, you're going nowhere near that clock tower for today." I'm putting Spencer up there, which I guess is her other kid.
I remember
who we meet later.
When a man climbed the clock tower.
I do too.
Didn't end well.
No, he got shocked to death, I think, or nearly to death. Anyway, so she says she'll consider making her the primary lookout later on, but she wants everybody in return to come to her party. She's blackmailing people into going to her party.
Sure. When they get there, it's going to be sprung as a surprise $500 plate. Reelect Deanna as supreme overlord of the community dinner. God damn it!
It's a banquet.
What do you think about her involving Maggie in the pseudo government that's forming? Is that?
I don't have a problem with it.
But is that kind of like what Rick's thesis was, that she's trying to co-opt them?
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, that's what they're doing, right?
But why
co-opting them into the police force, into the government, into all sorts of
why
work.
Maggie? Like, I've never seen anything in Maggie that made me think, you know what? She needs to lead a community.
Of the people not
like Daryl as a field scout, total sense.
Sure.
Rick as a constable, that makes a lot of sense. Glenn going out on raids and search and find missions, yeah, he's qualified for that.
Maybe the writers just needed someone, and I don't see anyone else in this group who's qualified.
Okay, so just Maggie.
Yeah,
well, Maggie needs something to do. Let's give her something to do.
Yeah, I don't know what Glenn's doing nowadays, but
presumably he's going to be the new strike leader. That would be if they were smart.
Well, yeah.
Get rid of
Aiden wouldn't like that much.
Yeah, Aiden, members only guy.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Rick strolls up, and Carol joins him, and he explains that she has to be the one to get the guns because Daryl's busy. Daryl's being watched. He's busy. You got to go get him.
Yep.
And she seems to like that. The thing she likes about living here is that she gets to be invisible again.
Sure. And see it as an actual talent rather than a setback.
Yeah, definitely. We go back to Daryl and Aaron, who spot a horse in a field. They is named Buttons. Aaron's been trying to catch him for months. Months he's been trying to catch him. Daryl moves in with a rope, and he almost catches him on the first try, but walkers come out of the trees and spook him, and he runs off.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kill the walkers.
Really hit us over the head with the Daryl as horse metaphor.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they did.
Did you know the longer they're out there, the more they become what they really are?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad they said that because I hadn't got the metaphor that they were.
Daryl's an unwashed backwoods hippie, apparently. Because that's what he's become, and he still is.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. He didn't take a shower this episode, did he?
No, he's still got the same grime marks and the same suet and blood and everything on his. Yeah, he's gotten nowhere closer to a bar of soap.
All right. And you know, that's not the only line that they give us that says, "Hey, this is Daryl as the horse." He also says, "You used to be somebody's, now you're just yours."
Right.
I don't know. Daryl used to be basically owned by Merle.
Yeah, and also why we're calling out all the themes. I thought it was interesting that they had the zombies going to town on the horse guts. And
not here, but later.
Not here, but later. But we also have Daryl going to town on the spaghetti. Like, I thought that was... No, seriously.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. I hadn't thought about it, but
that's a little muddying of the metaphor, though, right? Because he is the horse, but he's also the thing that could destroy the horse.
Yeah, I feel like we have an email. I don't know if you're including this in the feedback section, but I thought there was an email that talked a little bit about this.
Probably. Yeah, it was brutal. I probably only was able to use about 1/3 of the actual feedback we got this week.
Wow. All right. I do like how the walker gets his tongue caught on a tree and just rips it out. That was pretty amazing.
Zombie kill of the week by the tree?
No, it doesn't kill it. That's for sure.
Is this where they use a cow skull to kill a walker? I thought that was my zombie kill of the week.
I think that's later as well.
Or is it a ram?
It looked like a ram to me. A ram or
Oh yeah, because the horse runs off and comes into the Ba Ram you kill happens at the
and Aaron gets tripped.
The enclosure. Yeah.
Anyway, Carol goes to the gun room to get chocolate and unlatch the window, and there are a couple of goons in there who are picking up guns for some kind of
goons.
Patrol. Yeah, they're goons.
Goons they are.
Look at those guys. They're goons. They're as goony as they come, man.
He got a name. His name is Tobin.
All right, well, Tobin's a goon,
and he's got eyes on the Carol.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's trying to swoop in there. You know, if you ever need any gun training, let me know.
His eyes perked up when she's talking substituting applesauce for eggs. Like, this girl's freaky.
Yep. Then we go back to Aaron and Daryl, and here is the scene where they're stalking Buttons through the field. And Aaron tells Daryl they have a lot in common. Wait, no, this isn't the scene. Sorry, they're in the woods here. They're talking about how people are scared of him for different reasons, obviously. And he advises Daryl to go to Deanna's party so people can get to know him.
They need to know him. Although I thought that Daryl had a good point where I've met a lot of bad people out there. They ain't afraid of shit. And Aaron comes back with, yeah, they were. And again, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe...
So much of this is assumed meaning, right?
Right. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear that, like, the Terminus people were afraid of being taken advantage of like they were at the beginning. The governor was afraid of losing control, I guess.
And all the people in this town are afraid of Aaron's gayness.
I guess they might catch the gay.
I mean, that's what he was saying. Yeah.
Well, right.
That they're afraid of him because he's a homosexual.
Sure. But because East Coast United States is known for it's a bastion, last bastion of homophobia in the United States.
Is it? I don't know about that.
No, I don't think it is, but whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I just thought that was another. I'm not sure I was following where they were trying to go with here. Like, what was Joe afraid of? Like, there's the real monsters you meet out there are just sons of bitches.
I wonder if this is a symptom of Aaron not having been out that much, like getting only 50 miles out, not running into a lot of people, not running into a lot of bad people. They've only had to remove 3 people from their community.
But he's also very savvy about the whole stranger danger thing. Like,
he is. You're right.
He's very oddly worldly,
but they're playing it at the same
time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it was a little bit of that. Like, Daryl has met the real bad guys,
sure,
whereas Aaron maybe hasn't.
And Eric has been going out there with him, but Eric is still very, like, however much you buy Aaron as a post-apocalyptic warrior,
Yeah.
Eric, they're very clearly drawing a line there and saying, no, whatever Aaron's got is not rubbed off on him, to the point that Aaron's scared to death that he's out there with him.
Yeah, you can't tell me that
he's spraining his ankle, hiding under tractors and shit like that.
Getting caught under lawn furniture.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that Mrs. Niedermeyer is the only one who wants this pasta maker. Come on. Come on, I see through that shit. People start arriving at Deanna's party, and, Rick comes in with his group, Judith and Carl and Michonne and everybody. People start coming in like Abraham and Rosita. And Rosita's lost the Tomb Raider costume.
Sure.
That's gone. She's looking more civilized, I guess.
Sure. And Abraham's come in like Ron Swanson.
You're right. He's in a button-up polo.
He's got the long sleeve polo with the collar tucked into his pants. He's in full Swanson mode.
Yeah.
Got the mustache.
And he's just immediately zoning in on the beer. Like, at least if I have to be here, I'm going to take advantage of their liquor supply.
Sure. He's going to. They have beer. I'm going to try to make this work.
Sure.
I'm going to try to use my relationship with alcohol as a proxy for relationship with other people.
Then Rick meets Reg, who is Deanna's husband and the architect who made the wall, as we know. And he gives Rick compliments and a drink. Jesse's family shows up, and Rick gives them a look.
Yeah.
Gives them a definite look. What do you think of
Making
Reg?
eyes at her. Reg seems like an idiot.
Why?
I mean, he just... everyone in this city feels like something out of the fucking Lost world.
They're a little uneducated about the outside world.
Yeah, it's like when Robin Williams came back from being stuck in Jumanji for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy, and everybody else is the town that doesn't understand that there's a magical board game that can kill you. You know?
Yeah.
He's coming back with the bushy. That's I think Reg is an idiot. I think most of these people are an idiot. Deanna's smart, but she's an idiot.
Yeah, they're not idiots. They're just ignorant of the real goings on.
But she's also not taking, like... One thing I noticed on the second time through is when Rick says, you just fake got people up and you just prop a gun up there to make it seem like you got up there, this is madness. And as a way to soothe him and also not put Sasha up there, she says, I'll put my other son, who we're about to meet, what is his name? Spencer?
Yeah.
I'll put Spencer up in that tower.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer's not in the tower. Spencer is is the doorman for the party.
So who is in the tower? Eugene?
No one's in the
Gabriel?
fucking tower. I'm saying that Deanna's blowing off. She brought Rick in here to be the survivor, to be the consultant, and then now it's like, well, you don't know the Alexander way. Before we do anything with clock towers, it's cocktails first, cocktail mixers, and it just that will bite them in the ass, right?
Not if Rick can help it. Right. That's Rick's mission here, is to protect these people and to make them understand that they're doing things.
I think
wrong.
that's an open question whether that's his mission, and that the last scene is all about setting that up. But we'll get there.
Okay. Anyway, Daryl and Aaron watch as Buttons is eaten to death by walkers, and they go up and they kill the horse.
They kill a zombie with I guess a ram horn. I thought it was a cow horn, but that's not
curled.
Big.
No,
it's a pygmy cow is what it is. They've especially
it's a chupacabra.
It's a chupacabra.
Yeah.
It's a goat sucking demon.
It's the perfect callback to Daryl Dixon as the chupacabra.
That's what Daryl Dixon's going to do. There's a dearth of entertainment options. So imagine Daryl as like a post-apocalyptic crocodile hunter.
All right, he's going to start his own show.
Yeah, he's going to have Aaron falling with his black and white camera.
Now look at this bullshit.
That's right. Look at this chupacabra. I'm gonna stab me a zombie head with this. Gets mangy coyote, and it's like some kind of fantastical beast on the outside.
Yeah. And maybe he'll make a chupacabra gill suit just out of a bunch of pieced together animals.
Is that Gill or is it Gilly? I always thought it was Gilly suit.
Maybe it is Gilly suit. Guile suit. Like
Guile, there you go.
Yep.
It's just blonde mohawks everywhere.
And lightning kicks. At
I
the,
don't think blonde mohawks and lightning kicks is something you can make a stealth suit out of. But
it depends on the setting.
if
It
anyone
depends
can,
on the setting, honestly.
yeah. If
There is
you're on the set of like the beach volleyball scene of Top Gun, you would blend right in. To get behind Iceman and you just disappear.
Absolutely. All right. At the party, Noah is super uncomfortable, and Maggie and Glenn come over to try to help him out. It doesn't seem to work. Like, Noah's just lost here. He doesn't know what to do.
Can we wait a second? This was supposed to be an emotional, like old Yeller putting down scene.
They put Noah down? I didn't see that part, man.
No, the horse.
Yeah.
That fake ass horse head and the somber music did not drown out my laughter. I thought
No, it
that was a
didn't.
very funny scene.
Yeah, you noticed the Muppets horse head
Yeah.
immediately. I didn't see it till the second time.
It's very much me, myself, and Irene, man. Like
Yeah.
I kind of wish they'd go for it.
Hmm.
Aaron's down there plugging the horse's nose.
Yeah, good stuff. So
Good stuff.
yeah,
Fuck
good stuff,
you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
I
best.
see what you're doing there. Just want to move on the podcast.
I do. So what do you think of Noah in this scene? He
I don't think much
seems-
of Noah.
I don't. Does he not know what his place is here? Like, has he not found his niche? Is that what he's worried about, or is he just worried that this is not sustainable? Like,
I mean,
I can't tell.
He's from a slightly shittier version of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand. I mean, I get it. He's lost his entire family and his mom
Yeah.
and his brothers and all that stuff.
But so has everybody. to be fair.
but I don't know. I mean,
Abraham's okay with it. You know, things turned out pretty well for me.
Yep.
Abraham,
That's why
you lost your family, your entire family.
He's
right
like,
in
I
front of
never
you.
liked them kids anyway, and I upgraded lady wise, so free beer. I mean, things have worked out for her. I don't know. I don't care about Noah.
Okay, that's fair. Noah doesn't have anything to do, right?
Like, I care less about Noah than I do about the Reverend
Gabriel.
Father Gabriel, and I don't care much about Father Gabriel.
Neither does the show, apparently,
Yeah.
because he's been lost to time now.
I mean, I feel like that they're shaping up Noah to be the sacrificial lamb at some point.
Yeah.
And because he's troubled in the same way that like Daryl and Sasha are, but he's much more expendable.
Oh yeah, way more expendable.
So I'm kind of like got a little cynical detachment from his character.
okay, totally understandable.
He's got a bum leg.
Mhm.
You know, he's already been menaced by zombies and patio furniture. I just don't know.
He cleared off the front porch of all those houses before he was like, "This is unsafe."
That's right. Threw it out on the
These
street.
chairs, this swing, got to go. So Daryl
It's a
stalks.
trip hazard.
Daryl stalks in the shadows outside the party, and then on his way home, Aaron stops him and invites him in for spaghetti.
Serious spaghetti.
Yeah, very serious spaghetti. We'll talk about the seriousness of that spaghetti later.
Mhm.
What do you make of Daryl outside the party, just kind of looking in from the outside? He obviously feels like an outsider here.
Yep.
Doesn't belong.
Yep.
Does he have any disdain
they-
for these people in their
They
party?
needed to play some Bee Gees and for Rick to come up on the other side of the fence and like put his hand out. And then it's like him and Derek will have that moment.
Listening through the window.
Mhm.
Maybe that's what Rick's looking at.
Mm.
Rick's looking out through that window. No. Do you think maybe he is a little disappointed in the group with them in there partying and drinking and pretending like everything's
don't
normal?
know, because they're doing what Rick told them to do. Like, they're not all privy to this super double plus secret takeover Alexandria plan.
It's true.
Order 66 or Order 99. That's what it's going to be.
All right. Let's move on. Rick meets Jesse's husband, who is a doctor, and he offers to take a look at Rick. And then he gets him a drink or a refill.
We call him Dr. Trump, even though he doesn't really look in good light. He doesn't look at all like Donald Trump. He's still kind of an asshole, so he's Dr. Trump for me.
All right. While he's
Clearly,
gone,
he's not long for the world either.
doesn't seem like it. No. I don't know what's going to happen between Rick and him, but something. It's not nothing, that's for sure.
He seems incredibly nice, but the writers want to make sure we know he's not too nice because of his way over the top, pissy reaction to.
Oh no, this is a veneer. That niceness is complete bullshit for party people.
Okay.
Because when he interacts with Jesse, it's completely the opposite.
Okay. But not even in private. It's like, you know, he's like super nice guy. And, oh, yeah, I don't even remember the drunken tirade I launched at you last night, Rick. I'm going to go get refills. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay. All right.
It's harsh. So he takes off, and then Jesse introduces Rick to the pretty amazing view, in her words, of his family eating and drinking.
Carl playing Kings with the kids.
Yep.
He's going to have to take his pants off and run around the house 3 times.
I don't think that's how Kings works, but or at least I've never played that version of it.
You never what?
Of Kings?
What?
Kings is a drinking game, man.
Yes, and that's what happens in drinking games.
Oh,
pants
so
get
you're
taken
saying,
off and you run around. Yeah,
regardless of the rules of the
it's
drinking
an
game.
elaborate truth or dare game, and you know it's an excuse for people to take off their clothes and. I
don't know if you know what Kings is, based on what you're
I don't
saying
know how
now
you play Kings
and what our conversation was earlier. Honestly, there are a lot of different ways to play Kings. Anyway, so yeah, Carl.
The best way to play it involves pants off, running around the house in circles.
Okay, that's not arguable.
Okay.
He agrees with Jesse. You know, this is a pretty amazing view, and he sees Carl hanging out with new friends, and Jesse's son comes up and stamps his hand with an A. I didn't like most of this scene.
Sure.
It's rehashing old themes. It's Jesse monologuing about something that makes no sense.
I honestly, I've watched that scene 3 times, and I started like my eyes crossing halfway through every time.
That's the problem. Like I bet that monologue makes sense.
Sure.
If you can get through it, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. I've seen it twice now. Every time halfway through, I'm like, nope, done with this conversation.
Like Rick should be like just put his hands on her lips and be like, shh, do you have a kid that can stamp my hand now? I've heard better versions of the script from much better actors and actresses.
Yeah.
So we just skip forward to I get the stamp. All right. Stamp A. Boxcar A for Alexandria. Scarlet letter A. Rick's going to bone Jesse.
All of the above, but it's very confusing because, like I said in the instant cast, there's a very specific history with the letter A in the show.
Do you think so? It's possible that the writers have all forgotten about Boxcar A.
No, that was less than a full season ago.
I'm just saying. But I think that I don't know. I wish they did. I like it when they show and not tell, but I kind of wish they talked about like why does kids run around stamping people's hands.
Well, Jesse says you belong to the community now. You're part of. You're one of us.
But so does that the kid's job? He goes and what happens when the stamps wash off?
He checks. He's at the gates. He's checking every day.
That's disturbing. I don't like that.
Time for another stamp, Rick.
Yeah, your stamp wore off on the outside. You can't get back in. I don't know. I like the Scarlet letter, and also the callback to the Boxcar A more than I do the A for Alexander. That's the text.
Yeah.
Subtext is Rick wanting to bone Jesse and him becoming a community member for Alexandria. And also, like in the end when he goes to draw his super secret gun, I guess because he's planning on murdering Dr. Trump.
In broad daylight in the middle of the town,
Draws it with the A hand.
You're right. I don't know what it means, but it means something.
I'm pretending to be Aaron. I'm just going to say something that doesn't really make sense, but then we're going to fade the scene and we're going to pretend like it made sense.
All right. Sasha shows up at the party and just basically pisses in the punch bowl. Not yet. Not yet. She's civilized when she meets Spencer.
First appearance of Mrs. Neamaker in her goddamn pasta machine.
She really wants this pasta maker.
Yeah.
How much pasta is she eating?
I don't know. And like I said, I've never fuck it. I'm not going to care about this. This is a joke scene that they made for laughs, and I don't care.
Okay. Well,
Nehemiah pasta machine can go fuck herself. And if this community was worth its salt, they would have told her, go out. Yeah. Hey, here's an assault rifle. There's the front gate. Go fucking find your pasta maker. We're trying to live out here. God damn. Like, that's one thing that bugged me at this episode is I don't care how lucky these people are.
It's Lori with the pregnancy test, right?
It's worse than that. It's like Lori had never even gone through the fall of man. Like, the shit that they're talking about is, yeah.
That's the point, though. That is the point. These people don't know what's out there, really.
Yes.
They've never been challenged by this world.
Which is interesting when our group comes in, but it's the one unintended or perhaps intended consequence is I don't feel anything for these people.
Okay.
Like, they're in all of them except possibly Deanna has so far fallen into this too stupid to live category.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Deanna as a character, and I think there's more up her sleeve than we
it's
know.
like I don't like I'm marathoning season 2 of Downton Abbey because my girlfriend's been addicted to it because I watched the last 2 seasons with her, and now it's over and we're going back and rewatching because that's what you do as couples.
Okay.
All right, you make you rewatch Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey, a fucking mansion with servants, is showing more awareness of hardships of World War I than this fucking little outpost in the middle of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
That, like, I get what they're trying to do to the theme, but damn, it's a little much for me. I like this episode a lot, but this part is a little too much for me.
Yeah, there are some thin parts.
Like, you can have the survivors have legitimate, like, clashes over things that like they can lose their shit over anything. They don't have to have like the most barrage of like, pumpkin latte spice, Ugg wearing, my favorite things about fall, white girl, first world problems, things like,
but
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. It's too much.
I'm not sure I agree 100%. I get why.
I don't think Sasha went far enough. She should have pistol whipped that woman, came into her and said, "Oh, my biggest fear is that I'll make you the wrong food." Bitch, I just ate a dog. I ate a dog last week.
Can you make dog? Because I can eat dog.
Yeah, I poured out Aaron's water because I thought he's going to poison me. I almost shot him because he surprised me when I was opening up a music box.
So if you don't have these people being sheltered, how do you make that point?
I don't know.
If you don't have them talking about what wine they're drinking and stinky dog breath and stuff like that, I don't know how. How is he going to make the point that these people have been extremely sheltered, and that's a problem?
I don't know. Like, I saw a footman on Downton Abbey that had gotten back from the line. He saw a military uniform because they're entertaining a general, and he lost his shit. That made a lot of sense. This guy went through the Psalm. This is like, if you listen to Dan Carlin, it's like hell on earth. It doesn't require like all. It's much more subtle and understandable thing. If just everyday life, like someone talking about making. It doesn't have to be like their favorite thing and like, oh my God, this tea is so weak. And like, did you hear the stuff that they were talking about was something that you could get in any kind of like upper middle class mixer party.
That's the point.
Nowadays.
That is the point, though.
Yeah,
this
I get it.
is completely sheltered from the outside world. These people have been living here for 2 years, essentially since the very beginning. They never changed. They were sheltered from it from the very start. These people are who they were before this all changed.
But I'm saying, is that really realistic? Like,
in
people
the scenario
living
that
there,
they've set up, I think so, yeah.
Even people living
With
in
power and water and all the same shit that they had before, I think so.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that even like in Britain and the United States and during world wars, just a simple rationing and like people being at war and being aware of people that you knew died kind of casts a pall on stuff without even having to try. And I felt like they were trying too hard.
You're right.
I don't want to belabor this because this is I just wanted to kind of go on an amusing rant, and this is becoming more of like a thing that I wanted it to be.
All right.
Because you put me in a corner, God damn it. You don't put baby in a corner.
Don't put buttons in a corner.
I will fight out of that corner every single time. I'm not in some black horse that's going to be chained to some paddock and ripped apart
up
by
like
zombies.
so much spaghetti.
Damn straight. I want to fight. I want to fight on this ground.
Speaking of so much spaghetti, Daryl finishes up his spaghetti, and Eric asks him to keep an eye out for the pasta maker. Aaron's like, no, wrong move. I haven't told him yet.
Right.
So then Aaron takes him out to the garage and shows him a bike that he can fix up, which makes Daryl's day.
The biggest bullshit I want to call this whole episode is this serious spaghetti. That is some weak ass spaghetti.
Yes.
That's spaghetti and tomato sauce.
Which is the weakest of the pastas, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the weakest of the pastas, the weakest of the sauces.
Yeah.
Marinara sauce is a pretty weak sauce.
Yeah.
You combine those two, you don't have serious
I think
spaghetti.
it's tomato like sauce.
It's just mushed up tomatoes.
Yeah, it's just like you get a can of tomato sauce and you pour it over spaghetti, and that's the meal. There's no meatballs, there's no mushrooms, there's no peppers, there's no nothing
herbs,
in that.
no spices.
No,
nothing.
my grandma made spaghetti like that. I did not call it serious spaghetti. I called it the bullshit grandma's going to make, and we're going to eat because we're polite, and also she's got a cool swimming pool, and she loves us. You know?
You're right. It's not serious spaghetti. It's nowhere near it.
It's better than dog, don't get me wrong.
It's not a serious bike either. Like, this bike is not running. So Daryl's got to not only fix his bike, but now he's got to be a recruiter too. When is he going to have time to fix that bike?
I don't know. He's going to need it because you got to have a bike to recruit.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Can't do it in the Winnebago.
No, it's not loud enough. So the one thing that Aaron says here that I think is right on is that Daryl knows the difference between a good person and a bad person. I think from the start he has kind of known that.
Okay.
All right.
This is an episode about blatant betrayals of podcasts. It's like podcasters leaving each other out to dry. Partners turning on each other.
Leaving me hanging.
Yeah,
All right.
fuck yeah, your point, sure, whatever, man. Go with it. Let's see what you come up. No, I don't know, because there's a lot of like kind of too cute things. Like Aaron happened to shack up in a garage that had a motorcycle, and he happened to be collecting motorcycle parts.
Do you think that's by chance, or do you think he
knew Daryl was coming?
He's been watching them for a while, and he said, "Okay, guys, I'm bringing these people back now. Move all these motorcycle parts into my garage."
No, I don't buy that.
Okay, I don't either. I'm just spitballing here.
No, it's just something they invented for his backstory because it's a good angle for him. But that's the thing. Like,
it's the way into Daryl's heart.
Lazy because a more interesting story is that these two that have nothing in common. You know, I'm just going to assume that Aaron and Eric come from fairly well-to-do families, and you know, he had his mother that. But they also have kind of like, you know, his mother was trying to turn him ungay by force feeding him applesauce, and Daryl's brother was putting cigarettes out on him. But whatever, you know, they have some family issues, and they've also been like on the outside looking in because of their outsider situation, and they can bond over that. They don't need like motorcycles.
No, I don't think they needed it. I'm not sure. Carol has been trying for seasons now to get into Daryl's heart, right?
Okay.
To open Daryl up.
Sure. Successful on a platonic level, not romantic.
Fairly successfully. He's still not showing her everything, obviously. Imagine how long it would take Aaron to get into that position without something like a bike. Some physical manifestation of their bond.
Okay.
I feel like it was fairly necessary for that to happen to expedite the process. Otherwise, you're looking at another 3 seasons of Daryl, why are you so angry? That's not what
because no one's ever asked me to put together a motorcycle before. I've been waiting. I know there's motorcycles out there.
And the other thing he asks is, hey, you want to be the scout or recruiter?
Right.
Because Eric is too weak, apparently.
Sure.
He's breaking his ankles on nothing.
He's got bird bones.
He does. Then we get a great scene of Abraham and Michonne. He goes out to the deck to drunkenly talk to Michonne about her steel. Both the tiny steel she has in her hand and the steel she's going to keep on her back.
Like the monkey, it is.
Yeah, less like a monkey and more like a safeguard.
See, I like this as a lampooning of the Jesse speech. It's this like, you know, it doesn't really make sense and hold together and profound, but Abraham is so proud that he got through it. And he like, as soon as he gets the last word, it's like, I'm just going to admire.
That was a good
I'm going to admire the verbal tapestry I just wove.
Yeah.
And then
Michonne brings it crashing down.
Yeah. How much have you been drinking anyway? And then, you know, again, we've already talked about this, but the things worked out pretty damn well for me. Did they?
No.
Did they? You watched a woman and presumably your children get, well, you didn't watch it, but you saw the evidence of them being ripped apart by zombies because you scared the shit out of them beating men to death with your, you know.
You followed a lunatic across the country for no damn reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they worked out that well.
I get it, Rosita's hot, but I don't know that you can say that with a straight face.
But he does it.
He does it with the help of a 24 pack of beer, a case of beer.
Yep. Carol sneaks into the pantry, steals some chocolate and guns, and then Sam walks in.
Why does she steal the chocolate? Just to be a dick? Like, fuck your rationing, Olivia. I'm I'm taking the guns and the chocolate.
That's a good question.
She's embracing Rick's take what's ours philosophy.
I think she wants to make more cookies,
Mm.
but to what end, I don't know. Probably for Sam.
Keep this, yeah.
Keep Sam's mouth shut.
I don't think Sam's ever going to eat a cookie again.
No, Sam's never going to eat again.
No, you get a box of animal crackers, he just breaks in and crying.
Yep. So Sam walks in and she scares the shit out of him. I love this scene.
I thought it was great too.
I can't believe they went for it in the way they did, but it worked.
This is like a no half measures situation.
Yep.
The man trap would be proud.
Oh yeah.
And they went for it, both in acting. I thought the kid did a really good job of No, it's great.
Yeah, fantastic. Next scene, Judith hands off.
And yeah, that's the other thing is like, Judith. When I was a kid, like adults, there was a class of adults that did this.
Yeah,
you always had the crazy uncle or the old aunt, or like in Game of Thrones, it's old Nan, like, oh, my sweet summer child. You know nothing about the way the real world works. Let me tell you about the murderers and the rapists and all that stuff. And you were kind of like afraid, but you were also fascinated by it, you know?
All right.
And I think this was like a lot of people talking about how like psychotic Carol's. I don't think Carol sees this as psychotic. I think Carol sees this as being real with the kid.
I mean, she's directly threatening to tie him to a tree and leave him for the walkers.
Right, but she's basically, Carol has killed children close to her because she had to.
Yeah.
Like, Carol is living in the new world order. Carol doesn't give a shit about your notions of childhood and innocence and thing. Like, this is, like, there are consequences for your actions, Sam. And one of those consequences is me snatching you up and tying you to a tree and feeding you to walkers. Like, in Carol's own mind, I don't think she sees this as crazy.
You're right. In Carol's mind, she certainly doesn't.
Are we supposed to see it as crazy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? I mean, how could we not see it as crazy?
With the... like I said, the caveats I just laid out for you.
There was a damn good reason for her to kill Lizzie and Mika, or Lizzie. But to threaten this child and frighten him to death, I don't know.
But that's the thing. She's like, this is at worst psychological trauma. Who gives a shit? Carl and Judith have been through worse.
He'll survive it.
No, yeah. Right. I mean, I'm not subscribing to this. You know, I'm not saying this is okay, but I'm saying in the zombie apocalypse,
no one reacted watching that scene for the first time going, yep.
Carol's fully justified. No,
she's right.
I know.
She's right.
I know that. I'm just like,
so. Yes, we were supposed
blatant betrayal of the podcasters. In this
were supposed to see it as crazy, man.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, in do you think Carol saw this as the worst thing she's ever?
No,
honestly, we saw this as the worst thing she's ever done.
You're right. In a strange way.
But Carol is to her. This is the same kind of thing as her talking to Olivia about substituting applesauce for eggs. Like, I feel like this is the exact same kind of...
Ooh, Carol's gone dark, man.
No, she has. Yeah. Which is really amazing.
Mm-hmm. Jesse hands Judith off to Rick, and he goes in for a kiss. And it is awkward. I don't know. I felt it was awkward. You said, oh, she's smiling. She's happy about that. I don't know, man. That's like a complicated situation.
There was like a surprise, but her reaction to Rick kissing her was a smile.
Yeah.
Is
that just politeness?
Well, that's the thing. You could parse that as like
not making
a
scene.
Like, exactly. And this is a judgment call.
Yeah.
But my judgment said that this was a smile, like that was kind of nice.
Okay.
And she's married.
I might buy that because with the way that I'm just gonna call him Ed 2.0 was treating her.
Yes. Exactly.
That seems like bad news.
Like, you substitute Jesse for season 1 Carol.
Yeah.
And like, say Daryl came up and gave her a kind of a peck on the cheek. I think Carol smiles the same way.
Yeah, maybe so.
Now it's a little darker because, this is a hero of the show and he's considering murder. I think by the end of the episode, we're to understand that he is seriously considering murdering Dr. Trump.
And the worst we've seen this guy do is be slightly rude to her at a party.
Right.
It's not like we've seen her being beaten by this man or...
Yeah, like everyone has been rude to
maybe they're
people
having a
close to
bad
you.
day.
We've seen it in multiple instances on this very podcast. Like everyone's an asshole from time to time, right?
Yeah, so like I don't know that the show has earned me saying, "Yeah, go Rick."
But that would be, and you're, it wouldn't surprise me if later on we find out that yes, this is all justified.
Yeah.
But it's interesting at this point with the knowledge that we and Rick know, this is a massive overreaction akin to stockpiling weapons to take over this town from people.
Sure, definitely.
And it's also a very Shane thing to do.
It's very dark, man. I mean, the way last episode he was saying, if they can't cut it, we'll just take this place.
Like we talked about,
I almost feel like Rick is just gonna take this woman, and it's kind of fucking disturbing.
Like we talked about in the live watch, like we was like, whoa, look at the lobes on Rick; they're just engorged because John Barenthal has enormous earlobes. But no, I feel like that they are echoing back to the Shane aspect of his character. This is a very Shane thing to do. Mm-hmm. This paternalism and protection can very quickly turn dark.
Oh yeah, I think we're seeing it. Deanna tries to get Sasha involved in the party conversation, but she freaks out. She's deathly afraid of this inane bullshit. She's disturbed by it, and she screams. This is what you people worry about.
Yeah,
it's also silly.
Too many basic bitches in this crew for her.
Yep. And then Sasha tells Deanna that this community isn't real, and she sends her out to patrol the wall or something.
And Deanna, to her credits, comes back with what you just said is bullshit, because that's a fair point too.
Yeah,
this is a real place. Like, regardless of what you guys said, we are here, and living life to a fairly high standard.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Carol brings the guns to the meeting with Daryl and Rick, but Daryl doesn't want one. Rick almost reluctantly takes one. Like, he's not super convinced about this at this point either.
Yep.
But he does take one, so we've got a couple of gun toters walking around now. Daryl, not interested.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Do you think he's happy about this new position he's got?
Yes.
He's no longer on board with taking the place?
Yeah. No, I mean, he was a man without a position and without anyone he could relate to. And I think single-handedly, Aaron is someone he can relate to, and now he's got a position where he can see himself excelling at.
Okay.
And being useful.
Yeah.
He's got a path in on society. For a guy like Daryl, who is raised in the sticks to be like some white power supremacist, drug-addled jackass, like, imagine a guy like that walking through a strip mall. There is no path into polite society.
Sure.
For the first time, someone's giving him like the golden ticket. Like, this is, if you do these things that you enjoy anyway, you will become a pillar of this community. That's a powerful thing for him. Like, a way to get the prison, like his esteem in the prison, at a more stable, secure society. And he doesn't want to fuck that up.
You're right. Michonne then hangs her sword on her dorm room wall. Or turns her house into a dorm by hanging it on the wall. I don't know. One of the two. Symbolic of her, keeping this thing on her back. Doing exactly what Abraham said, I think.
Right.
Making sure it's there when she needs it, but also not constantly relying on it.
I think it's a terrible idea to hang the bare metal steel of the sword on the nails. Like, it's a great way to get galvanic rust, but,
Okay. Yeah.
I'd put it on its sheath up there, but what do I know?
All right. Daryl and Carol and Rick return to town and go their separate ways. And then Rick sees Jesse as he walks by, nearly decides to kill her husband, and then walks over to the wall and creeps me out. I don't know what he's doing over there, man, but he's listening to a walker on the other side.
And this is, I've said many times that the way that they use pop music on this show leaves me cold.
A lot of the time, yeah.
But I felt like this is the first time where they've come equal to like a Boardwalk Empire or a Breaking Bad, where this Bee Gees song was the just right amount of cognitive dissonance between the kind of the outwardly cheerful nature of the music and upbeat nature of the music with the kind of melancholy lyrics with what the character is feeling. So it's like not too on the nose, but also a perfect compliment. I mean, that's the highest praise I can get if you're approaching like, Breaking Bad pop culture music references So I got to give it up to them because I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, the show that I always think of when they do something like this is Lost, because they did a lot of this stuff with the hatches and a lot of stuff with the others, and just kind of they used it more to the effect of throwing you out of your comfort zone, like where am I?
Sure.
Well, what's going on here? But here, yeah, like, we clearly know that things are not happy here. Not all is right, but they're playing a pop song like it is. So,
And also we find out that this gate is like a double gate. You've got like the solid steel bars,
the cold rolled,
whatever, the solid steel bars. But then they also have a chain link gate that slides into place with the burlap covering that screens from view. So it's like better than I thought. In fact, I got multiple emails from people that seem to be, material scientists or architects saying that external supports would be superior the way that the tensile strength of steel and if it's on the others, the fact that it resists that better than like the buckling tension, that for standing up against zombie hordes, having the supports on the external side with proper concrete footings and all that stuff would be superior and actually be stronger than a fence resisting it from the other side. And
the architect explains that.
And if you also buy that they really see zombies as a primary threat